morning. What you're listening to right now is what I like to call my dead cat patch. Those weird noises that sound like a dead cat you're hearing is coming from Pittsburgh Modular Lifeform's primary oscillator, and from the fragments section of that oscillator. And I'm just kind of moving the fragments density up and down with this slider. They sound like a dying cat. Of course, all of this is going through beads. It's giving it some of that crunchiness and some of that, some of those echoes. And then also you're listening to a Depeche Mode VST patch from Arturia. It's from the Depeche Mode Wave tribute pack, and it's, if you're familiar with Depeche Mode's first album, or actually wait, this might be a Yaz diary app. Anyway, it comes from an emulation of the ARP 2600, which we might fire up at some point today. You're also hearing a, well, once I put it in, little Moog ARP. Things can get really weird on the Matriarch, which is fun. Okay, well, why don't we take a look at today's parameters, as I let this weirdness kind of ring out. So, we will be at a nice slow tempo, or, well, mid-tempo-ish, on the lower side, of 97 beats per minute. We're going to be using the scale Hirajoshi, which I believe comes from Japan. I didn't read up on it, but we'll take a listen to how that sounds. The root key will be A. We'll be using my not so used Access Virus Classic. I need to use this one more, so I haven't forgotten about you, Mr. Virus. The live pack we'll be using is Chop and Swing. The VST will be the Korg MonoPoly, or Monopoly, however you want to pronounce it. And the effect will be using a Max for Live device called DelayMultiBand. So we'll get started. And remember to breathe more deeply, which is our oblique strategy of the day. And I think that is very relevant with our current tempo. We're at 74, but yeah, we'll bump that up to 97, which will sound really fast once we're getting used to this drone right here. So thanks for joining me again for another Morning Pages weekend edition. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and turn this modular track off. We could let the Moog ring out, I guess. Or you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play a A in the drone mode. There's a, you have 3 different VCA modes. You can use the amplitude envelope or the amplitude and filter envelopes together for a left-right split. And then there's also drone, which is what you're hearing right now. Just so hopefully this isn't too annoying, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to maybe patch up an LFO, a nice slow LFO to modulate the filter. Let me find the right patch cables. Not all the way, so I would have to maybe put this through an attenuator. Okay, I don't want to get too caught up in this. Okay, let's go ahead and just get started while this thing just kind of drones on in the background. This might get annoying. Let me go ahead and take this out. Maybe what we'll do is we'll mess with the feedback. So now you have an idea of what the key of A sounds like. Let's go ahead and get started. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to program the push to be in A, and we said it was going to be Hirajoshi. And I think maybe the first thing we'll do is let's get that Korg MonoPoly in there, or Monopoly. I call it Monopoly. I don't know why I spelled it this way, or been pronouncing it Monopoly, but it's kind of a play on words. Mono and poly synth is actually a paraphonic synthesizer, actually very similar to the Moog Matriarch that you're hearing right now. Of course, the Matriarch is a newer synthesizer. The Korg MonoPoly was produced in the 80s, I believe, and it also has 4 oscillators that can be, that's paraphonic, so you can either have 4 voices, 4 simultaneous voices, 2 that have 2 of the oscillators stacked, or just 1 big fat monophonic synth. Very similar to the architecture of the Matriarch, but they sound really different. But I love that MonoPoly sound. I think Behringer has come out or will be coming out with a clone, and I have to think about getting that one. Although, as you can see, I do have an abundance of synthesizers that I still need to dive deeper into, so I've been holding off on buying new gear this year. I've had a couple slip-ups with the 2600, but I had ordered that a while back, and it finally came. which was a great surprise. All right, let's load in this MonoPoly. Currently on luminescent, but what we want to do is check out some of the other programs. And what's great about, well, I say it's a positive and a negative, because I've had to get used to it, but the way that these Korg plugins work is that you can preview these patches just by clicking on them. But say, for example, you wanted this pattern. If you just click out of it, you have to actually click OK for it to show up. Otherwise, you'll revert back to where you were, which is sometimes a good thing too. Let's find a good, just a good lead sound so we could kind of, okay, yeah, let's use this one, just so we could get an idea of what the scale sounds like. The Hirajoshi, I'm not familiar with it. So we're at A. So let's just go up and down the scale. So it definitely has that East Asian feel. I don't know if this one has a search. I don't think it does, but you know, if you came up with the pluck, I really like this Goldilocks keys. Let's go ahead and do that, and we'll use this in polyphonic mode. I want to activate my H9. And let's go ahead and dial up, you can still hear it ringing out in the background. We are currently using that Space-Time Space Cathedral. Looks like it left off to where we were yesterday, but you can still hear it ringing out. If I turn this down, it looks like it's just gonna keep ringing out indefinitely. Maybe this sound is better off with the lead part. So let's go ahead and just have this drone going and program something in. We're going to be at 97 beats per minute. And just to get my rhythm going, I'm going to go ahead and program a little 4 on the floor. Although, let's use a different... This is an old, well, not old, maybe over the last 3 months pattern that I had programmed in the TRA desk. Maybe we'll use this as our drum bass. It actually kind of goes with this rhythm. I mean, with the tempo. Keep that. Let's see if I think we did a, yeah, it looks like 18 bars. I will need to, oh, you know what? I think, let me go ahead and quantize this and then start my loop at this very first note. I think we're just off a beat. To figure out this timing. Maybe maybe it's just these. I'm going to take out all my quantization. Yeah, we won't quantize this. We might switch some notes up a little bit. This one came in a little bit late. a little late, but I don't mind that. It gives it a little human feel. Yeah, that little bit of delay is okay. And I don't mind this doubling up right here either. These are coming in a little too fast for me. To make this 20 bars. Let it ring out. There we go. Okay, so we got our lead. Yeah. Do you hear this H9 starting to ring through? This is the verb repeats only. I'm gonna maybe shorten the decay of that, and we'll put the tempo on, and let's see what this would sound like. This groove is starting to sound a little bit like something that you might hear on a TV drama or something. That's okay. Let's go ahead and record this in, and then at the same time, let's record in this Moog drone. Well, I can lower it a bit. Yeah, let's make it a little more sinister. And let's let's detune it a bit. Let me see if I can gate out of the rate, sync in, rate in. Okay. Let's record both of these at the same time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna record the Moog and the VST at the same time. And there we go. Ready, and kind of messing with some of the Moog parameters to get this drone a little more interesting. I already hear some of those notes that are a little off the grid, but I don't mind that because that kind of gives it a more human feel, like someone actually didn't use a computer at some point to make everything perfectly in time. Oh god, I love this Moog filter. I'm gonna keep this recording going for several more bars because this drone, it's a big refresh to what we had been using over the past couple weeks, which is that beads drone. You want to see what I'm doing down here? I'm going to close it out by messing with the ping pong delay. There we go. Okay, now let's just hope that it actually recorded. Yeah. Wow, we got 80 bars of that. So I think we've got enough material for our drone. And that means we got 80 bars of this VST also. And it didn't change up that much, but actually that's perfect because I think it was 20 bars, so we've got a decent amount of variation in the delay, because the delay from the H9 pedal is definitely gonna make the movement of this same 20 bar pattern a little more interesting. I mean, it's subtle, but it's there. And we can show that by looking at, yeah, the decay is at like 1.75 bars. Yeah, and we've got this delay be at 2500 milliseconds. Is that 2.5 seconds? Or is that 0.25 seconds? And it thinks my tempo is at 34 beats per minute, so that's kind of cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and minimize these, turn off the Moog. I'm hearing some of that delay. Oh, you know what it is? It's my hybrid delay over here. Is it? No. I'm hearing some hiss. Is it from the guitar? It is. Speaking of the guitar, I don't know. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and put in some guitar noises. Maybe a A minor. Let's see what would go with this. Let's just play what we have recorded in. Gonna be plucking some strings in A minor, and let me remember how I'm recording this. I think I could just record it right here. This is way off. I need to learn my scales a little better. Okay, I'm gonna remember I gotta start at after the 16th bar. Let this last note ring out. I'm gonna just keep going because something interesting might happen. My guitar playing skills is way outdated. I need to practice this more. Let that ring out. That was from the okay. So we got some guitar in there. I'm kind of happy about that. I have to dust that thing off. I think my fingers are full of dust. Let's go ahead and just start playing everything from 17. We'll actually have to record this in because I think if I solo this out and turn off the is anything? Oh. If I turn off my effects, you're just gonna hear my really horrible guitar playing. So you just hear what effects do to everything. It just makes it sound a lot better, especially when you're a guitar player like me. I think we could add even more effects to this. So right now we've got the Sound Toys. This is my favorite effect rack right here. This Re-Experience. I think this one's actually based off of a Jimi Hendrix pedal board. Let's see if we can add some of this guitar, or let's add a separate guitar rig to it at the end. I wonder if we add it before, then we can still get that great stereo effect from that Re-Experience Sound Toys. There we go. So you see how different things sound when you switch the order up, especially on an effects rack. I like this nerdy phone. Let's switch it up and see. Now we're getting into some different territory here. I'm thinking, let's add in something a little different. yeah, this is adding something. Let's see what it adds. Let's take the guitar rig off. This one is a little more subtle. Reverse delays, let's remember that one. Let me start the loop again. This is Hall of Evil. Huh. Well, so far I'm liking this rhythm digestion and this the reverse delays, but since we already have reverse delays going on in the Sound Toys effect, let's go ahead and put this rhythm digestion on. Let's see what happens without the Sound Toys effect. It kind of just warms it up. And with no effect, just crappy guitar playing by yours truly. So let's go ahead and put this in, and we'll record this whole loop. While this is recording, because it's so long, because it's 63 bars, I'm gonna mess around a little bit with the drums. Get a little bit of different sound design on there. So let's record this on track 7. I want to get this from my guitar H5. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to record in all of the effects. Currently, the way we recorded it was just the dry signal. But now I want that guitar part with all of the effects, all of the effects in there. And actually, I'm not going to loop that. And when that finishes, it's just going to ring out. And I think it'll ring out for quite a while because of that re-experienced patch on Sound Toys. So here we go. I'm not going to solo it out so we can hear our drums, and then if you're getting bored listening to the guitar, you can focus your attention on the drums that I'll be tweaking. All right, here we go. Let me go ahead and make sure we're only recording that part. I don't want to record over anything. I like this, it sounds a little like a taiko. has stopped. Okay. And I think we killed two birds with one stone. So as we recorded that in, I think I got a decent bit of sound design in with the TR-8S. And so with that, I think it might be time to just record in that MIDI so we have it. I'm going to go ahead and switch my drum track and go ahead and record this from TR-8S. And because it's a little polyrhythmic, I had changed the last step on a couple of the tracks. We're going to let this record for maybe 24 bars. You're going to hear a doubling up because of the loop back. We'll do 32. I'm going to quantize that, and I am going to, because I like this drum kit, well, I don't know. I have all of this saved anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and clear everything. And then shoots. I think I just cleared my panning of those hi-hats, so let me just do that real quick. Okay. So now everything is being played by this MIDI clip. I've cleared all of the programming off of the TR-8S. I like that kick drum. It sounds a little bit like a taiko, but that kick is actually created using the FM, one of the FM sounds on there. So it's based off of the FM taste sound. So if you have a TR-8S, yeah, you can get like a kind of a cool taiko drum kick from that. Okay, so we got a couple of other elements we need to use. Actually, 3 of them. So we need chop and swing, the Virus Classic. Let's go ahead and do the Virus Classic. This is going to add some grit. I don't know how it's going to actually go with our current setup, but I'm going to have to shuffle some things around here because my Classic down here is... I don't want to get my mic all tangled up. I don't have a wireless mic. But I do want to just maybe place the camera down here so you can see the Virus Classic. All right. So the Classic is down here. Don't mind the messy floor. I'm going to go ahead and clamp this on to this leg. see if I can maybe get a good angle. So this right here is a Virus Classic. Also, you see the Poly 800 over here. This is a synth made by Korg. This one also has, I think it has a dead battery in it, so I have to figure out how to change that. I'm also going to turn on a light. Okay, so I'm gonna head over to my patch bay and be sure I can patch in the Virus Classic. So the Virus Classic, let me find it. Right here, channel 6. And I'm gonna go ahead and patch that into, we're not gonna use the Moog anymore since we already did that. So I'm gonna go ahead and patch that into my Moog channel. And then the only thing I have to do is go to, if you're looking at live, I have to go to my Moog channel up here and tweak some settings because I want the MIDI to go to my USB MIDI device, which is actually the MIDI running out of the baby face. And I need to change the channel to 6 and cross my fingers and hope that a sound will come out. And it does. So, actually, let me just put in a quick pattern up here because I'm gonna have to stoop down and change some parameters on that Virus Classic that you're looking at right now. And I can't play keys at the same time. Don't mind all of the wires. Let me just put in something simple. Okay, that's good. Hi, all right. So now we've got that running. I'm gonna go ahead and change some of these patches, or I'm gonna tweak some of the parameters after looking at some of the presets we've got here. Oh, huh. You know what? This is also receiving MIDI from other sources, so I'm gonna have to. So I'm gonna actually have to. That is way off. Let me. Oh, well, I'm sitting on the floor. That's okay. So this is the pattern we're playing. It's way off. But right now, all I'm trying to do is find a good patch to use. This one has some potential, although we already have kind of a pluck sound, but. So let's remember that. That's B95. This one sounds a little Eric Serra-ish. I have that in my mind because yesterday my friend Eric over at EDP Beats, check him out, talked about Le Grand Bleu, which is a film by Luc Besson. And it kind of sounds like this kind of patch. So let's use it. Let me, the great thing is this also has some effects as well. Let's tweak some of the sounds slightly. little warmer. Now it's sounding a little like an oboe. Okay. Yeah, I think, well, I guess it's not really that special patch, but, I'm wondering, I take that back, let's not use this. Let's use something a little strange like this. I'm gonna go ahead and record this part in because it's gonna add a little bit of percussion, kind of off-kilter percussion. So I'm gonna go ahead and just to get some of these sounds. Okay, that's good. Let's go. Let's get back down here and find another patch. I'm thinking now maybe like an arpeggiated pattern. But this synth sounds so great. It's so clean. I think we have enough atmospherics. Oh, this is a beautiful pad. I gotta use this machine more because these are just the presets. Okay, wait. Let's remember B110. Because that's going back to that Eric Serra sounding patch. Well, hey, why don't we just record this in? I don't have anything to do after this. So if you're willing to stick around, I'm gonna record a couple different parts on here. So let me quantize this. So I'm thinking this might just be like a little interlude part. Okay, let me just record that in. I'm gonna record in a couple of different variations with some filter differences. last note could ring out a little bit more, but that's okay. So we've got that. I'm gonna call this my Eric Serra horn, synth horn, and then this one is just some perks shoots. I should have remembered that patch number if I wanted to get back to it. This one is B110 and then tweaked. So let me just create a new maybe just a drone in using A1, A2, and I'm just gonna have this go across, because now what I'm gonna look for is an arpeggiated pattern. Sounds like another dead cat. Okay, let me get back all the way down to the first patches of each of these. We actually don't have bass, so maybe we create a bass pattern with this. Add some release to this. Something like that. Okay, let me just record something. Something like that. Okay, I think we got our bass. Let's go ahead and record this in. So we're using a lot of this virus. So this one is just bass, and then this is virus C2. For your reference, this is called Back 280S SV. I think that is based off of a Roland synth module. Okay, let's keep searching for that arpeggio. Remember that C8. Contrabass. I'm trying to find where is that arpeggio? I think I have to menu dive to get to that. Let's use this one. I think this will be good because it'll cut through the mix. And I actually don't mind just a drone in A. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and record this part, and I'm gonna tweak some of the parameters, including, well, especially the filter. And then we'll see if we can find a good loop point. Oh yeah, here we go. Got two bandpass filters going on. Yeah, so I think we're gonna start around here. So see, this is only one note, but we get such interesting movement when we just do simple things like change the filter and the filter balance between the two. think this is enough. We got a lot of interesting movement, especially in the stereo field. Actually, we can end it with something like this. Okay, that's how we'll end it. Okay, I'm gonna start right here at 9, right after the 8th bar, and let's just make sure we are I think we're okay like this. There's a lot of delay going on, so. We want it. I like how it's a little bit off the grid. Okay, so we've got a lot of this virus going on. So I don't want this synth to dominate. So, but I'll just have to remember this. This is Dr. What? Must be based off of like a Doctor Who type of patch. So D26. If you've got a Virus Classic, that is Virus D26. Dr. What? And I'll have to remember that that's a virus. Actually, I'm gonna recolor these virus patches the same color as the virus, red. And this one's our Moog drone. And we still have quite a bit to do. So let me change this drum rack into that chop and swing track. Where is this chop and swing? And we'll also put in that max delay multiband. So let me put that in as well. This is all one word, delay multi. Oh. I think this is all part of a live pack. So this is available if you've got Live 11 Suite or even Live 10 Suite, I think. So let's see what this sounds like. This multi-delay, multi-band delay. Let's go ahead and just listen to our drum track. Let's see what this will do to it. Oh, I see. So it's just, yeah, it's a multi-band delay. So you can select. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put that on our drum track. And then we're just gonna put a subtle amount of the high delay. Do you hear how it's just affecting the highs? So it's grabbing the tone of those closed hats. I like this. We can also automate some of this. I'm gonna leave the lows alone. Because you can see I am going to use this. I'm gonna have to make this one of my favorites. I'll put it under current and also under max and also under effects. I gotta remember this one. This is such a great multi-band delay. Okay, so let's go back. I mean, it's the same drum track that's running, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in a chop and swing. So let's find this chop and swing. So there's drums, a demo song, there's some samples. Let's see if we can use a loop or a chord. We've used the guitar already. I like that detuned piano. Let's just see what they have in here. This one might work if we, let's try it. Let's go ahead and also put on the multi-band. Where did that go? So this is a C. So to get to A, what is that? 1, 2, 3, down 3. I still have to look at the keyboard and let's see how this would sound. Oh yeah, that's pretty lush. Let's move it up to 9. No, okay, I'm not feeling it. Let's see what else we got. This is A flat. Okay, so we're gonna scratch any semblance of this chop and swing over here. These are the samples. We could drop in a drum rack. Let's hear what some of these sounds like. Let's see if anything. Yeah, maybe with some drum breaks. Ooh, this Moonlight kit is nice. Maybe this one. So what we're gonna do that. Let's look at some of the MIDI clips. Let's use one of these. See what we had on that. This is kind of giving us a nice breakbeat. It's messing with my CPU though. How are we gonna do this? Since we're almost, I think we're almost done with this. We got everything in there. This chop and swing, experimented with that well enough. So I think we're ready to move our sample rate up. So try and not run into any of those CPU issues. I don't need those tambourines. This triangle, I want to switch this up a little bit. I like how this snare is a little, it's not quite on. This might go well, like kind of in the background. So I think I could record this on this drum track. All right. Let's just record this loop. Just a 2-bar loop. Let's also record this one in for kicks. Actually, I don't like that. I don't like that little the cash machine sounding thing. So I'm just gonna get rid of that. So we got this as an audio loop. There's a little too much highs in here, so I'm gonna EQ this out. And I just this is gonna be like a little breakbeat kind of thing that comes in maybe during a break. Let's see. Where's my EQ8? There's not a lot of lows, but I just want to carve that out now. do my little break drum. 3RK. And then I think we're pretty good. We've got a lot of different parts. We used mainly this Virus Classic, and we didn't use any of the analog stuff. And I think that's fine. Each of them will get their own. And I think all we want to do now is maybe find a little radio sample.
I looked with the same self-torturing thoroughness, and in that closet first of all, knowing as I did so there was hope. So,
Let's see if we can find something.
empty house, I waited.
Maybe we can find something on a Japanese station.
Dead and thought will, empty as the house itself.
Japanese.
Save only for the
Let's
old
go
public
through some of
sense
these.
hurtful force.
時が経つとだんだんお考えが変わっていらっしゃいます。それにこれだけのご大家ですから一人でいるというわけには参りません。周りの方にも勧められて、あなた断ることができなくなってきっとお嫁さんをおもらいになると思います。
Let's take this sample.
そうするとその方を優しくなさるのかと思うと気になってしょうがないねお前は。私はもし生涯一人でいるって言ってんの。それどうなんかい？信じられないかい？わかりましたよ。わかった。じゃあこうしよう。お前さんがそこまで私のことを疑ったりするんだったらどうだよ。こういうことを。
I'm gonna call this Japanese.
例えの話だよ。お前さんに。
And I'm gonna save this. How do I save this as my... Oh, save. So what I love about the radio app is I can save... if I find a radio station that I like, then I can just save it. Radio app by plugin to key. Wait for Black Friday. Okay. So I don't think we're gonna put that into simpler or anything special. I might add some external effects. Let's go ahead and turn all these channels off because I think we're ready to go. So this is our Japanese, and it's been warped, so it might be a little bit off. But let's take a quick listen. And I'm going to add some effects, and I might pitch it down. It's so digital sounding, but... we can change.
時が経つとだんだんお考えが変わってらっしゃいます。これだけのご大家ですから一人でいるというわけには参りません。周りの方にも勧められて、あなた断ることがなくなってとおもらいになると思います。そうする。
So we're using the beats algorithm and really mangling this.
になってきもしょうがないな。私はもし
Yeah, let's just use that, and then you hear it kind of stutters a little bit, and that's just the warp algorithm.
わかりまわかったらどうしよう時が経つとだんお考えが出らっしゃいますそれにこれご体験です一人でいるとわけにはまいせん周り他にも勧めであなたとあることがなくなってとおもらいと思います
I'm just going to use my
優しかの方になってきま
my return track
私はもし
and have these guys be in time.
そのなんか
I'm going to use an LFO, and I mean, this is just my favorite trick, is slightly changing the delay time on one of the channels. Just very slightly. Especially when you're using time instead of sync. I'm going to map it to this right side.
優しかの方になってきもしょうがないな私はもし一人でいい
Maybe a little fast.
のそのなんかい信じられないかい
Oh, I like it. I like just seeing this thing pulse kind of like a breath. And in fact, today is Breathe More Deeply for the Oblique Strategy. So hey, we've hit that. This is like a breathing. All right, let's put all of this into arrangement and put it together. So when I teach kids about Ableton Live and the difference between session and arrangement, I always say, oh, when you're in session, think about it like, and this is all about workflow. Everyone's workflow is different. But I tell the kids, I use live session view as kind of like building these little Lego blocks. Like I'm actually building the different sizes, the different colors. And then when I go to arrangement, that's when I'm taking all of these building blocks and kind of putting it together in a structure, like a Lego building. And so both parts are important. You're both the manufacturer of the sounds as well as the one, as well as the architect putting everything together. So now we're gonna try to build a castle out of this. And also visually, I think these little clips look like Lego blocks. Hey, aloha Jambo from the UK. I think we're like almost, our time is almost flipped. So it must be like around 10:30 your time, right? 10:30 p.m. It's 10:30 a.m. in Hawaii. I hope you're doing well. I love the UK. There's a chance that I'll make it out to London next summer. Okay, let's put everything in. Oh, 9:30. Okay, cool. So you're an hour back and up. Nice. Okay, I think this is where I'm putting everything. My friend and I just DJ'd a virtual Zoom birthday party for one of our friends who lives in London. And I had to wake up early for that. It's hard to DJ and get all hyped up at like, 7:30 in the morning. Okay, so again, these are all of our Lego building blocks. So let's go ahead and put something together. We'll do a little bit of light mixing, but otherwise, these morning pages is all about just getting something down on paper, and it's almost like a little diary of each day. And if something good comes out of it, or, you know, it doesn't have to be the whole structure, but, if a certain element comes out of it, we could always repurpose that into a finished track. Oh, you're a late night DJ? The funny thing is I'm actually more of a morning person. So like if there are any sessions, I mean, I prefer the 8:30 a.m. time slot. I mean, with this virtual world right now, then I would like a midnight time slot. So it's a little bit of an anomaly for someone who makes and plays electronic music. All right, so we got a lot of parts, and all of these red parts are from the Virus Classic. And this one's our vocal. Let's go ahead and reacquaint ourselves with all of our different parts. So this is our breakbeat that we took from Chop and Swing. This is our drum track that's actually being pushed to the Roland TR-8S and then back into live. So we have a little bit of a latency. Oh, which, by the way, now I'm gonna have to change my latency back to a decent level, otherwise it'll record slightly off. And the other thing that we have on this drum track is that max DelayMultiBand. Hey, thanks. Yeah, a lot of the vintage synths are only half working or slightly working. Yesterday, I tried to use the Juno 106 into a song, and all we could do was use it for crazy squeaks and noises and bleeps and bloops. But yeah, one of these days I will fix the voices in there. I have 3 bad chips for sure, but I would just replace all 6. Okay, so that's our drum track. This is our Moog drone. So we use the Moog Matriarch for this. So this is our Dr. What. So this is kind of our, I'm gonna make this like a lighter red orange. This is like our arpeggiated pattern. So I'm gonna just put arpeggio. This is kind of some perks that we can use. Kind of recorded some of that. It's like a little 8-bit bit crush kind of thing. Hey, thanks for following. I'm gonna check out your channel too. Are you also streaming on Twitch and making music and DJing? This is our Eric Serra horn from that preset B110, and we tweaked the filter a bit. Maybe a little bit too much over here, but I like how it sounds, and it also has its own internal reverb. We also recorded a bass part. On the Virus also. So I'm gonna color this blue so I can visually see that it's a bass. Can't remember what this was. This is like a... Was this our guitar? This was our guitar. My horrible guitar playing. But if you put enough effects on there, then it sounds okay. Cool, cool. Thanks, Jambo. I'll check it out still. What else? Oh, I'm gonna color this kind of a vintage yellow, which is the color of my guitar. So I can visually see that. And this is kind of our lead. This is our MonoPoly. lead, and to me it sounds like teardrops. Teardrop. And let me recolor this. What are the color of tears? How about green? We'll have green teardrops today. And then this is just our Japanese. Oh, cool. So did you buy the latest version, Live 11? I help run the Honolulu Ableton user group here in Honolulu. I don't know if you ever make it out here, but we have meetings, and now they're virtual. Oh, cool. You got the suite version? That's the way to go because it comes with that Max for Live. And the delay that we use, that multi-band delay that we use, is part of that pack. Yeah, I mean, there's so much to explore in Live. I've been using a lot of external instruments that you can totally do, but oh, yo, what's up, Sean? Hey, so if anyone's watching who's interested in a great house DJ and label, check out HNMI Music. It's my friend Sean back in California. Sacktown represent. Man, if I knew you were on, I'd wear my King's hat. But the cord isn't long enough for me to go grab my hat over there. But HNMI Music. I actually have a track that's going to be released in October. It's more of a chill track over on that label. So if you're from Sacramento, 916 represent. Oh, on October 1st, cool. Hey Sean, yeah, let's do a merch swap. I've got these Wonderfish shirts over here, so send me your size. We'll do a little merch swap. We could represent each other. All right, so that was our lead, and then we got our Japanese sample over here that we acquired from the radio. Yeah, run DMC, run SAC. I love that logo. So we really mangled this one. Okay, so that's all of our parts together. So let's go ahead and build something out of all of these little electronic music Lego blocks, for the lack of a better term. So I'm gonna duplicate these drum loops. These are actually quite long. They're 32 bars, so actually I'll only do one. And then we're gonna have to cut these up a bit, maybe a couple of these in 8-bar sections. Yeah, nice. Yeah, go check out the replays on HNMI. He's a great DJ, great producer. And yeah, we go back a long time, but only recently as music colleagues. So I'm going to just recolor a couple of these because what we want to do is kind of gradually bring in our beat. I think the Moog drone could kind of come in and just kind of go through the whole track. It looks like we'll be, yeah, let's just make this like a 3-minute and change track. This arpeggio, I think. I like this arpeggio, but let's have it come in maybe after a break, maybe around after 16 bars. These perks will come in a little bit later. We're just going to gradually build this track, maybe at 24. And maybe this horn comes in, and the bass will come in a little bit later. We've got a lot of different parts. Maybe my guitar playing comes in maybe towards the beginning. And the lead teardrops maybe come in after 4 bars. And let me cut this thing up a little bit. I'm gonna cut this loop maybe right around here. We'll put in a break maybe at bar 24. Let's see how this beginning will sound. So what I'm gonna do is maybe we'll just have this taiko kick. Maybe we'll just have the taiko kick going. Maybe the drone doesn't even come in until, well, maybe this drone will come in. I have to put a utility on here. And we'll fade it in. And the reason why, so Jumbo UK, since you're new to live, there's something that you could do with in automating. And I used to automate the volume track, so it's like the slider kind of going up and down when I wanted to fade in a part. But the best way to do it is using a utility, because once you start putting in automation and you're putting it in as your main volume fader, then if you touch it, then it everything kind of goes back to defaults to manual mode. And it just gets really messy when you start fading in parts, automating those fade-ins directly on the track. So I always use a utility to kind of fade it in, and then we'll fade it out right over here. And then over here, maybe should we put in those little snare hits? I'm thinking maybe we don't put in the snare. We don't put in these closed hats quite yet. I'm going to take this out, and then this will come in at a... and we'll start putting in this arpeggiated pattern. It might be a little, you know, just remembering that we had, is this the full loop? I think maybe this middle part right here is more of a subtle arpeggiated pattern. I don't want to go too nuts at the beginning. So I'm going to take that, and we can start this more chill part right here. I don't think this drum is velocity sensitive on the TR-8S, unfortunately. I want this to be a little bit louder, so. So this is kind of our full loop right here. And I'm thinking we'll let this run for 16 bars, and then our first, or 8 bars. And then we'll put our first break here. Break 1, and I'm going to drop out all of the drums except for maybe a cymbal. And I didn't put any on here. We'll use an 808. This is my My favorite crash cymbal. Actually, we could have made our life easier by... and we can have a kick drum come in too at that break. So let me do this. And then I'm going to recolor this because I want to repurpose this again later. Oh, okay. With this part, now we can start... I'm thinking maybe this is where we bring in the bass. Or we bring in the bass after this break. We'll have like this 8-bar break where we can start bringing some of these elements in. And we'll have a drum roll here. Okay, yeah, that's what we'll do. And I gotta remember to put in a crash cymbal here. And I'll raise the volume of that. And this little drum break right here. Maybe does this go during the break? No, this one will come in. I'm just trying to find 8 bars, so we'll let that run, and then we'll bring in this these break drums that was taken from Jumbo. So there's live packs that come with Suite. I would download those to an external hard drive because they take up a lot of space, and you would just point Ableton Live to that as the location for your live packs. And then, so this break drum actually came from one of those kits, from the Chop and Swing kit. So if you're into, it's more of like a hip hop sounding pack, but it's got some great quality sounds. So you should try and explore some of those packs. All right. And then the arpeggio, maybe we'll come back over here. And then, no, the arpeggio will come back right after the break. And because we'll drop this out during the break. Okay. I want this part to come in a little sooner. This is the vocal. Kind of, he almost sounds like he's yelling, so I'm gonna just increase that. And then I'm also going to raise my delay. And then we're gonna put in a little drum roll over here. So I'm going to crop that. So we're only working with a small snippet. And where's my hand clap? You see it anywhere? Where is it? HC right here. Let's see how this would sound. Yeah, maybe a little bit longer. Oops, a little bit longer. And then maybe I want these this bass to come in right at the beginning. So we're changing the timing of this a bit. And then we'll bring it back here. So maybe after another 16 bars. This is a little too loud. And I think it comes in too early. So yeah, and then we'll just end with the break, I think. And we can extend this part out. Maybe to almost the end. So maybe after 16 we just do a quick dropout break. This guy gets after 16, right? We'll have the break leading into the next one. Actually, where is this? I'm going to go ahead and just take this one over here. Take that back. I'm going to just take this part. And we're going to have just a quick 1 bar break over here. 2 bar break here. And I'm going to drop out all of these parts. And then, yeah, we're gonna move the bass a little. I like the bass hit right here. I like the bass hit actually right here. And we're gonna just add a ton of our return delay. Maybe stair step like that. Maybe in the middle now because you can't really hear it. And these little teardrops will come out during this time and come back in. So this is an important part, even though it's tedious, is to add your markers. Break 2, break, what is start 2? I don't know. This is kind of like this is just a quick break. Maybe just to add some interest, we reverse this. We reverse. We reverse and then we don't. Oops, what happened? Oh, I see. I have some lag time, so I got to be careful. this guy gets another drum. Maybe this crash cymbal goes full volume. Drop these vocals out until the end, and I think we got it. Although I want to start fading out some of these drums a little earlier on. Let me make sure I got an 8-bar loop. Let's just keep all of this kind of together. I'm gonna drop out those kicks. And like right here, we drop almost everything else out except for maybe one more crash cymbal. I'm going to take out these hi-hats and open hats. We'll go ahead and keep this cowbell. That's out. Snares out. We'll keep that that dreamy hand clap. This part also starts fading out. So I got a utility on there already. So I'll slowly start fading that out as I add a ton of delay and reverb. Actually, this could go for a little bit of initial reverb. So I got the Tides reverb going on the hybrid. That's one of my favorite algorithms on that new hybrid reverb in live. Oh, okay. I'm also automating some of that delay effect. That's why it's sounding a little detuned even on the drum section, which, I mean, I kind of like that, but this is actually just gonna fade real fast. Maybe start fading from over here. And then this Japanese part comes in, and I'm gonna mangle this thing. Stretch it out, and we're gonna use complex. Oh, what's going on? Oh, it's because I have this thing work like this. Oh, what's going on? Oh, I see. Let me I want to consolidate, and then I'm just going to stretch this part. And then I think we'll be done. Just stretch the hell out of it, and then let's see. I'm gonna this is the outro right here. So let me go ahead and put this over here, and then we could stretch it out even more. So it almost sounds artificial. But I'm going to stretch it so that I see these drum hits kind of on the grid. I mean, they're not drum hits, they're kind of vocal hits. Let's just see how this would sound. The outro. I'm gonna go ahead and let this thing go. Why can't I? Oh. That was a user error on me. Okay, it's a little weird ending, but that's okay. I think we got it. The reason why you're hearing this weird, this is from the Moog when we kind of messed with the what do they call it? The delay, the stereo delay they have. So I'm gonna lower the volume of this part because it's getting really muddy, but I don't want to cut it out completely because I actually really like how this thing fades out. You can add an EQ to this and just make sure it's not super muddy. But man, I hate scooping out any low end from a Moog because it's a Moog. This part can actually go further down. Oh yeah, it sounds like a dying cat at the end. I don't mind that. Okay, so I think we got all of our parts in. Again, you know, I think the point of these morning pages is to get an idea down, and this isn't anything final. But if we decide to continue on with it, you know, we at least have a good starting point to finish the track. You know, we got a loose structure, and we've got a lot of the sound design elements in. And we've got, you know, the MIDI for the drums still that can be manipulated, at least for me, on an external drum machine. And again, yeah, we recorded a lot of those synth parts from the Virus Classic, the Moog, and I think that was it for external gear. But especially on the Moog and any analog synth, it's great to just get the audio into your DAW if you're, you know, doing the hybrid external and DAW setup. Just because sometimes the synth won't behave the same way in two separate days. So let's go ahead and play this whole thing. I'm going to record it in, post it on SoundCloud. And if you like any of the parts, feel free to rewind, go back, and see if there's anything that you could maybe learn from me and my mistakes. So have a great rest of the weekend. I'll be doing this again tomorrow, Sunday. maybe a little bit later than the schedule indicates, because I'm going to try and sleep in like I did today. And we'll see you again soon. Thanks for joining in and for being active on the chat. Sean, it's great to see you. Jambo, it's great to virtually meet you. So see you guys. I recorded over all of those break drums. I'll have to re-record later before I put on SoundCloud. But stay tuned for a raid. My friend EDP Beats lives over at Eva Beach on the other side of Oahu, and he and I co-run that Honolulu Ableton user group. And yeah, he's a great streamer to watch as well. And then also check out HNMI Music for some awesome music as well. I'll see you guys.